Maybe because I'm a Filipino. This is part of our culture. And being a Filipino, dapat alam natin to. Tell everybody. No, not just here in the Philippines, pero dapat even, I think, worldwide. It's dying. So what I wanted really is for us to learn about this culture and be proud because this is our identity.
A small step matters for as long as we're moving. So as I've said, the youth now, your generation, it is your responsibility now to kill it or to save it. And for me, of course, we go for saving it. So I hope you're also one with me when I say that pabalat is a beautiful Filipino art form.
Hello, everyone. I'm Annalyn Trinidad Zoca. I'm an artist and I'm also an educator.
I am Ana Maria H. Bautista. I am a licensed interior designer and a professional teacher. I'm currently teaching at the University of Santo Tomas under the College of Fine Arts and Design.
I remember I was in high school at that time. I was selling pastillas de leche. I learned about this pabalat. There was this workshop by Ma'am Nati Ocampo, and I was really interested, so I joined. And then afterwards, I started to teach, and I'm giving awareness about this Dai culture.
My involvement with pabalat started in 2007 when our former dean, Dr. Cynthia Loza, was working on her dissertation, and a select few faculty members were tapped to be trained in 5 crafts, traditional Filipino crafts, which were at the time considered vanishing. Among the 5, I was assigned to pabalat. I in particular trained under Nanay Luz Ocampo, the pabalat artist from Malolos, Bulacan. And she taught us how to do the pabalat, from the tracing to the pattern to the cutting, and shared with us her trade secrets. And luckily, she's left-handed. I'm also left-handed. So I was able to get the techniques, the right techniques in doing the pabalat. Being a mentee of Nanay Luz, in one of our exhibitions, last few exhibitions of pabalat, where we invited her to be a guest, and upon seeing the exhibited works of our students, she approached me, tapped me, and said, "Anak, ganda naman gawa ng mga estudyante niyo. Bahala ka na." So that, I did not mind that during the time, but 2 years after she passed on, recalling her tapping me, and telling me that, "Anak, bahala ka na." Parang habilin na isang nanay sa isang anak. So that was the start of my active advocacy.
I'm doing workshop. I'm starting with young kids and then up to adult also, teaching them simple patterns and also to tell them about the history in a way, how it all started. From there, going to do interactive artwork.
In 2013, I went on my own and started working on pabalat as my advocacy until now. So every year thereafter, I've been conducting free workshops, free pabalat workshops, and I've been handling workshops either through invitations or my own initiatives when there are events or activities connected to Philippine arts. And I've been teaching public school teachers, students, pupils, housewives, professionals, So meaning to say that pabalat is something that can be taught even to non-artists because it's easy. It's easy to do it. If you have the focus, the patience to do it, it can be taught.
Abroad, we have, they call it origami. There's also papel picado. And yet this craft here in the Philippines, yung totoo, wala na. Nobody knows about pabalat anymore.
And even my students sometimes are surprised that there is a pabalat. I have students from Bulacan, they're not even aware of what pabalat is all about. And that's the risk there. And that's something that also prompts me to ensure, and keep on teaching pabalat until it's not needed anymore.
So, ang sa akin, I wanted to promote this para maging aware yung mga tayo, as a Filipino, na hindi lang siya pambalot ng pastillas. You can do other stuff.
And that's how we pass on the tradition. If the interest is there, it would be easy. In my case, every time I do a workshop, even just one, tapping just one person to get interested into pabalat, I think I've done my job. I ensure that I pass it on to my students. That's one way for me also to see the continuity of this tradition, of this art form.
Para there is more engagement, I'm doing interactive. So afterwards, may iba pang activity yung mga bata. Kasi ang nangyayari is that after mo balutin, parang tapos na. So parang sa akin, it shouldn't be like that. Sa akin, kailangan may iba pang engagement, na iba pang activity. Although I'm not saying na hindi to okay. Pero for me, maybe way back, pwede pa to. Pero for generation right now, iba na eh.
For the youth, it's up to you. Either you kill it or you save it. That's how we deal with heritage. And if you want to keep it, maybe I would encourage you to, take a look at the story behind pabalat. Take a look at how pabalat is being used nowadays. Because nowadays, it's just being used for special events, as giveaways, as tokens. Hopefully, in encouraging the youth, yung mga naturuan ko, they would also help me, extend the art of pabalat to others.
For Filipinos, especially for young generation, na sana mag-join sila and learn about this culture para pagdating na araw, because right now it's dying, and if we continue doing this, ito kasi this artwork is our identity. So, kung alam natin to, mas magiging proud tayo as Filipinos.